are most women hoes today? Are most women sleeping around a lot? And we're gonna say a hoe is a woman with like say over 50 bodies. We're gonna say how many women do y'all think have over 50 bodies today? Of all ages. We'll start with you on this side.
I think I think it's a 50-50. I think it really honestly depends on who you put yourself around or who you attract, honestly. Because
You
one
reap what you sow, huh?
yeah, and people can change. Like you can like used to be a hoe and now you're like the best baddest girl that could be wifey or that is wifey material. So honestly it's just where that woman is in their life, I feel like.
Okay. What about you? What do you think? Do you think most women are hoes today?
No, I don't think most women are hoes today. I think a lot of women are hurt and broken and maybe make bad choices just trying to feel
Trying to
love.
fix something?
Hmm.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of trauma cycles. It's a trauma cycles. I'm gonna come to you last, bro. What do you think? Do you think most women are hoes today? What do you think?
No, I think most women are, like you mentioned, like, in the younger days, you sexually explored, and then now there's toys. You want to sleep around.
Yeah, there are
Sorry to
some women who
say.
have like a super solid mentality about that, and they're just like, I'm not gonna waste myself because there's boys that are
Exactly.
I got my rose at home, as I've heard 1,000 times on this
Yep.
show. I've literally heard that at least 100 times on the show. What do you think? Do you think most women are hoes today?
I do not think most women are hoes, and I think, well, I strongly believe that it is a weak, broken man that would say that about a woman because there is definitely a double standard when it comes to that.
Oh, the double standard. So, like, do you think there's lots of double standards in life, or what are some of the biggest double standards that just pop in your head when you think about it?
Well, the biggest double standard is when it comes to promiscuity
Yeah,
between women and men.
is that the one that like you that probably triggers you the most? That you're just like, what the dude, this is
Pretty
stupid.
much because like you could just sleep around all willy nilly, do what
Well,
you want.
I gotta ask though, are men and women the same?
Depends.
It depends.
It depends.
Does it depend? Or are men and women not the same?
Just depends really because there's different levels to it, so it really just depends.
Oh, we're pretty different. If we look at like statistics, we look at evolutionary like psychology, evolutionary biology. We're completely different. Like men and women are like one of my favorite studies that I like to look at. It's by far like my favorite. When they ask women, um, like what do they think whenever their man or like what do they ask? Like the first thing that they want to ask their man whenever they find out he cheated, the first thing a woman always asks is, do you love him? Do you love her? They always ask, do you love her? Okay. When a woman or when a man cheats or when a woman cheats on a man, the first thing the man wants to ask is, did you him? So and this is for trans people. This is for gay people. This is for across the board. If you're born a man or if you're born a woman, the studies show we completely are different. And that's one of my favorite studies because it shows just straight up, even if you're gay, even if you're trans, it doesn't matter. We are different. Okay. But another thing to kind of go back to what you're saying, like the double standard. Isn't there lots of double standards in the world though today? Like, can't I not like if I'm 19, 20 years old, I can't really go get on a yacht, but a 19, 20-year-old girl can go get on a yacht. There's lots of opportunity for if I'm 19, 20-year old guy, I can't skip the line at the club. A woman's gonna skip the line at the club and she's gonna get into the sections and the bottles and stuff without having to do anything like that. So is there some double standards that benefit women? Yes. Is there some double standards that benefit men? Yes. But reality is sexist. So like, we just kind of have to accept that reality is sexist and see the facts of it and just move differently based off of the facts. But a lot of people like to play victim and be like, oh, it's not fair, but it's just like life isn't fair. It sucks. To go to you now though, did you have a response?
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, did I have a response to
To
the
what I
question
said. Yeah.
for yours? Um, the double entendre part where you were saying how men and women are they the same or not? I feel like you can definitely find someone that is a man, or if you're a man, you can definitely find a woman that's exactly like you, your soulmate, your partner. Um, am I following you correctly on that question?
No, I'm confused. Like, what do
It's
you mean?
okay.
Like, what do you mean? I'm like, explain more.
Um, you asked if men and women are the same. I think no, we are not the same. One has a penis, one has a pussy. We're
Yeah.
definitely not the same. But I
You think
feel
mentally we can be the same?
yeah, I definitely believe in like soulmates or like someone that is made for you. I'm good with making connections and
You really
yeah.
believe in soulmates though too?
Okay, maybe not soulmates, but like I feel like I'm able to, not soulmates, you're
I
probably
definitely
right.
think there's only a couple people that you're gonna have a strong connection with in your life. Like I
Yeah.
truly there's certain people that I look up to a lot, and they teach one or two people who you'll have a true connection with in your life.
Mhm.
But I don't call that a soulmate. It's just like it's just a chance type of thing. Like you might like, and really what it is if we look at like the traumatic cycle for a lot of people, especially women,
Mhm.
is like they'll have one person that they give everything to, like the first time, like the first person who you love a
Mhm.
lot, you give everything to, and you lose so much. Like it hurts so bad losing them because usually that guy's too immature, he's too young, he's not ready for it, so he walks away or he runs away or whatever it is. And when that happens, she loses, and she's like, I'm never going to do that again. I want to have the power in every relationship from now on. I want the leverage. I want to make more money. I want to have control with sex, whatever it is. She wants to be in the power position. And usually women are on those traumatic cycles for years before they give themselves fully to another man. But relationships actually rely on the woman giving herself fully to a man for it to work correctly.
Yeah.
It sucks, but that's just the way for the dynamic to be perfect in my eyes.
I
And
agree.
I go back to Christianity on a lot of things of why I
Mhm.
believe that too. If y'all wanted to know verses behind it, let me
I
go
have a
back.
question though.
Yeah. Go ahead.
In your definition, what's the definition of a soulmate?
My husband.
Okay, but
That's
is
a good answer.
is that someone that you intend on spending the rest of your days with until death?
Correct.
Okay. Well, there are lots of disabled people and people out there, so I just want to know where their soulmates are.
Oh yes, of course.
That's
Yeah.
what's not fair.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's something.
Yeah, it sucks for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that and that's where like I would definitely agree with him. You know, like there's definitely no such thing as soulmates because there's a lot of people that it's like being born in India and then you become a Hindu because you were born in India. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, are they going to hell just because they were born in India?
Yeah.
You know, like, and yeah, I completely agree with him on that.
I can
when it comes
definitely
to
say
that.
it's probably a wrong term to use, but I believe in marriage and a
Yeah.
husband one day.
That's good. Wait, are you married though?
No,
Okay.
I'm not married.
Okay. Yeah, I was really confused for a second because I was like, didn't she say she was single?
Oh
And then
yes,
I was
I'm
like,
single. I am
but
single.
you definitely want to be married one day?
Yeah, one
Okay.
day.
No, I gotta ask you, bro. What do you think? Are most women hoes today, or like what do you think?
I don't believe most women necessarily want to be hoes because that's very expensive to be a hoe. Okay.
Hmm.
And
good way to put
there's
it.
also a lot of fear in doing that. But I will say that the women that do expose the most tendencies are the ones that probably have the most religious background.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh.
So, as a daughter of a Southern Baptist
Oh,
preacher,
Facts.
Is it true?
there is some truth to that, I think, because we were put so much shame on us. No, I hope my dad's not listening. The church put a lot of shame on girls to not enjoy sex, to not be sexual, to not show any parts of your body. The guys could do whatever they want. But if I dress a certain kind of way, it was almost, I was inviting sin. And then we had the whole purity ring scenario, which I hate, because it sets girls up for failure to be, okay, now I'm not pure. Now I'm not worthy of love because I accidentally, or I made a bad choice one night when I thought I loved somebody. So I think what that does is sets, and I can only speak from my own experience. Once I heal from some of that, I mean, we're really bad girls in the bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, it's just finding that man who can make us a Fabergé egg out of the bedroom and then let me be a little bit of a in the bedroom, but just with my one dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, and that's so if you actually look to Christianity correctly and like you read it all correctly and stuff, what the Baptists were doing by like shaming it a lot is completely wrong.
100%.
Like women are supposed to enjoy sex. Like you're supposed to enjoy sex with your husband. Like there's so much like misconceptions in the church. I hate going back to Christianity on this channel. I call myself a secular Christian channel because I hate how the Christian church is today. I'm gonna be honest, it's super feminized. It's super feminist now, and they're literally setting up like the thing that really triggers me the most. And I actually want to ask y'all about this. Is that what they do? Is they'll have guys in there that are 30 years old, 35 years old that have no sexual experience, might have been with one or two girls their whole life or something, just really big nerdy simpy type dudes, and they will hook them up with women that have 3 different baby daddies or have 3 kids already with another person or something like that. The church is all about, let's take care of these women that have already done horrible things in their whole life and set them up with a guy who is a literal perfect perfect little guy that's going to get fully taken advantage of and broken up with in 5 to 10 years because she's never going to really love him. Love is so much deeper than what everybody likes to think it is today. Certain women going through certain things, you can't love certain guys afterwards. There's something called alpha widow that we talk about a lot on the show because it happens all the time today with dating apps and social media and stuff. A woman will have sex with a certain level of guy or have certain experiences with a certain level of guy, and then you expect to have that in any relationship for the rest of your life when that guy might have just been, an exception. He might have just been like just using you for just sex. Like he's not the relationship type of guy, and there's not there's not that many relationship guys that are going to be able to give you those same levels of sex or experience like that one guy did. So they'll be alpha widow. They're continually searching for this type of guy that's not there for them. They're not real. What were you gonna say? Something?
No, I
No.
couldn't agree more. I mean, I believe that the modern day church thrives off of the story in the Bible of the woman in the well. So
Yeah.
Well, that's my
that's
favorite
literally
story,
it, so.
actually.
What's your favorite story?
Yeah.
I think church and religion in itself is very biased. And I don't agree with it for a while because I was that person that was raised in church as well. My family is super religious. I was made to go every Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday choir rehearsal. And it was like, can you ever get too much church? And the answer is yes. And they put so much on you.
Especially the summer revival season.
Yes.
Good
Vacation
Lord.
Bible school. Can we not vacation in Bible school?
See, and know what's so sad to me about this is like I've heard this story literally 1,000 times of like people being forced into the church and what it does to them. And so like my path was a lot different. When I was 13 years old, I went into the church because I wanted to. It wasn't my family. My family didn't go to church. And when I started going every day. I became homeschooled when I was 15. I went there even more. I started staying up there all the time. I was one of the biggest people that served in the church. I was always working for Treasures in Heaven. And but it wasn't because of my family. It wasn't because anybody told me to do it. It was because I loved it, and that's just what I was. And the problem today with the church and the problem today with religion is that people are forced into it. And when you're forced into it, especially taught by Baptists or taught, by certain sects that aren't really looking out for the well-being of, or actually looking out for what Christianity really is, being what really Christ-like is, and it's sad because now you can sometimes be so damaged you'll never return back, or maybe you'll never see it for the real truth because of that stupid that happened when you were young. And it's a sad thing. Like and this is why I call myself, like the secular Christian, because when you label yourself as that, it's just like you're accepting all types of horrible, things with it. Whereas like I want to connect with everyone in the world, Hindus and Islam and everyone. And if I sit there and branch myself off, how am I going to be able to teach them, like the true teachings of Jesus? You can't. And they say multiple times in the Bible, like the church isn't a physical place.